Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge for Monday, July 25th. July 26th. I knew that was wrong when I said it. July 26th, 2021. We have from 1962 Canadian Gold, Barrister's Canadian Gold, blended Canadian whiskey. Bottled in New Jersey, but before bottling it is aged 3 long years. Distilled in Canada, obviously. Canada's finest, obviously not, but that's what the label says. And there's a crown and a shield and two lions, and the fleur-de-lis, the Dominion of Canada, Queen Elizabeth II, and all of the regal stuff. All right. Now there's BC's beer reviews. If it's a bottle or a can, he's going to review it. Now, $9.99 at Total Wine & More. $9.99 Total Wine & More. I'm not lying. It's a true story. The competitor, introduced in 2004, Caliber Canadian, Caliber Premium. Yeah, excuse me. Caliber Premium Canadian whiskey. There's the crown for the government of Canada, Queen Elizabeth II. Bottled in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky by IWA Distilling. Somebody said it was International Wine Associates, but it's actually Sazerac Company. This big handle bottle is not, no. This big handle bottle is $10.96 at Walmart. I just looked it up. $10.96 at Walmart. That would be $4.69 if you bought it in a regular size bottle. $4.69. Now, at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Pacific time, Multi-Monday, they're doing wild ales. I could have bought one that said a wild ale. It was a can, said wild ale with all kind of fruit flavoring in it. But that pint can was $7.49, and I said, "Oh no, I don't think I want to pay $7.49 for 4.5% alcohol beer that I don't even know the age on it. Who knows how long the thing has been sitting on that shelf?" So I didn't buy it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to join. I'll see if they're trying anything that I've had before. I doubt it, but they might. Kevin Johnston says, you definitely managed to find some exclusive and obscure products. They are my favorite to try, though. Yeah, they're fun to try. Now, what is considered a wild ale? Well, it's just like in the air, you know, it's like wild yeast. It's not controlled laboratory yeast. And you get some wild flavors and whatnot. A smooth and mellow blend from our master distillers. Well, every company has a master distiller, so, you know, whatever. Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. Uh-oh. But I didn't buy this at Walmart. Here's the, what is good, Ron? Ice cream. All right. I did not buy this B Aviation at Walmart. I did not buy this at Walmart. No. 2 years ago, I bought this at Rouse's, which is a southern grocery chain along the Gulf Coast. They have it in Mobile, Mississippi, Louisiana. It started in Thibodaux, Louisiana by Don Rouse. But Rouse has had this for, you want to guess the price? Anybody want to guess what this handle bottle cost me? Obviously on a closeout. Anyone want to guess? Going once? Going twice? Okay, I'll tell you. I'm assuming I missed this taste challenge. I'm just tuning in. Oh my, and my guess is $17. No, the taste challenge hasn't started yet. This is the intro part. Free. Well, no, I didn't pay for it free. I had to buy it. $17. Well, that would have been a bad price because it's $10.96 at Walmart. I repeat, $10.96 at Walmart. $9.99 at Total Wine and More, 750 milliliters. $10.96, 1,750 milliliters. But no, I bought this at Rouse's for $5 plus tax. $5. $5. And I got 2 bottles. One for me, one for Johnny Nilly, and I forgot to bring it to him last year when I went up to see him. Discussed it with myself. It's too late. So I got to the checkout at Rouse's, and I had 2 bottles, and the girl was trying to ring it up 2 for $5. And I said, what are you doing? You ringing it up 2 for $5? Oh, it's 2 for $5. I said, no. It's 2 bottles at $5 each. She said, oh. And I don't know what was going on, because it seemed like it would just scan, it would be $10 plus tax. But so she redid it, and then it was $10 plus tax. In other words, about $11. In Louisiana, 10%. So $11. But anyway, so $5.50 after tax for this. Crazy, right? $5. Well, that's almost giving it away. Cheapest whiskey I ever got in my life. Okay, here we go. There is no website. So if you're trying to look up Caliber Canadian whiskey, you're not going to find a website. CG, Canadian Gold. But you might find some sell sheet descriptions on Walmart's website and some other companies. Iowa Liquor Control Board, that's another company. That's the government of Iowa, because they don't allow private liquor sales, but they can't stop black market liquor sales, can they? No, the hidden hand always wins. But anyway, I'm not advocating buying black market liquor, but it happens, you know what I mean. No, I mean. But anyway, the Canadian border is kind of open on August 9th, finally. Yeah, they'll probably lock it down because of the Delta Burke. But anyway, is their government more authoritarian than ours, or is ours more authoritarian than theirs? That's an interesting game to play. You have tried this Canadian Caliber before, right? Oh, yes, many times, because I went through the whole 750. I bought a 750 at Walmart for $5.96, which is outrageously low. But when I was at Rouse's for something else, I was over there and I said, oh, look, I said, Caliber. I said, $5. I said, this is a mistake. I'm going to see what it rings up. But that's what happened. My favorite airline is Delta, so I'm technically in support of Delta. See? Technically, I meant in a technical sense. So cheers to Delta Burke variant. Oh, I'm just being... Okay, too much chicanery on my part. Well, they're both amber. I'm going to go watch Simon and Simon. Then I'm going to watch the Golden Girls. Okay, after I watch... I don't mean the Golden Girls. I only drank 2 Keystone Ices after work, and that was over about a 3-hour period. What am I saying? Silly, stop being incorrect. No, what I meant to say, excuse me, thank you. I meant to say I'm gonna watch Simon and Simon, then I'm gonna watch Design and Women. I'm gonna watch Simon and Simon, then I'm gonna watch Design and Women. I'm gonna watch Gerald, and then I'm gonna watch Delta. That was a fascinating show. They never did any work. They worked at a design studio, but no one worked. They just talked. They sat at the studio tables and just talked all day. I used to say, how did they get any work done? Okay, I mean, $5 is an insane price for a half a gallon of whiskey. It's madness. Would you be worried if you saw whiskey regularly retailing for $5? I would figure something was wrong with it. I don't know how Rouse's got these and sold them for $5. Seemed like they took a loss on it. I mean, the normal retail price is $10.96, and that's oddly cheap on its own, right? So you're taking a product that's oddly cheap, right? Already, but you're selling it for $5. Hey, I just bought it, all right? Now, I love Walmart's website here. They got a description of it. I could go to Walmart right now, but there is no state minimum there. I think there is, actually, but I don't think it's enforced. Apparently, someone told me, but I don't know about his veracity, you know. But he told me, he said he is a store manager, so you should know. He said, you know, in Louisiana, it's illegal to sell any beer, wine, or liquor below cost. I said, okay. But there's no way this is cost. It's below cost. I'm telling you, $5 for this bottle. Walmart ain't buying this for $5 and marking it up to $10.96. I'm telling you. So, hey, look, I just find the deals and I buy them, all right? Now, here's the funny thing about the Walmart website. I wish I had screen share on this Google doggone thing, but it's saying this. I love this. It's saying about this item. So it's saying, it's showing a bottle just like I've got, a nice photo. And it says right there, Sazerac, like literally, it doesn't say IWA Distilling. All right, it says Sazerac since 1850, and it showed the French Quarter, New Orleans, and Jackson Square. So they're not even trying to pretend like it's some other company now. I think Sazerac told Walmart and Total Wine, make sure you put our name by every product you sell. And you'll notice that now in the last year or two. But here's a description. Get ready for this. Louisiana, I believe, has the most relaxed alcohol laws in the country, although this is just an educated guess. Pretty good guess. Hey, Jay, watching you, Kevin, watching you, says Jean-Pierre, you drinking Yingling traditional lager in my new digs. Oh, yeah, you're drinking it in your new house watching this. Oh, okay. Now, got it. Here's Walmart's description, which you know they got from Sazerac. Impress your guests. Here we go. Impress your guests with your bartending skills using Caliber Premium Canadian whiskey. This smooth and mellow blend from our master distillers is made from premium grains. Grab a bottle to create your signature Irish Mule, Classic Manhattan, Whiskey Sour, Mint Julep, Irish Coffee, or simply enjoy it neat or on the rocks. No, this is the best part. No quality liquor cabinet is complete without Caliber Premium Canadian whiskey, a smooth and mellow blend from our master distillers Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. Okay. Ingredients. Grain. That's what it said. Grain. Well, that tells me a lot. I knew it was grain. So that's great. No credible, what are they saying on the website? No credible liquor cabinet is complete without Caliber Canadian. Fascinating, and it's only $5. How many medals has it supposedly won? Yeah, we better not talk about medals for the last 17 years. All right. I sound like I'm picking on it. I'm really not picking on it. It's just funny to me. It's like Karen said in Goodfellas. It's funny. It's funny. All right, so here we go. Don't yeah me, you little hick. Just do it. All right. It smells like grains of paradise. No, it smells like grain, like sweet grain. Now, I was drinking that Tullamore Dew yesterday morning for a preliminary thing. And I said to myself, I said, Smells like corn, and I was talking about cornflakes and everything. Oh, how wrong I was. Oh, how very wrong. Because come to find out, Tullamore Dew uses only two types of grain, wheat and barley malt, malted and unmalted, malted barley and unmalted barley. So they're using wheat and barley. That's it. No corn, no rice, no rye, no anything else. So, but this, we don't know. It just said grain. Smells like Canadian Gold over there. I could be wrong, but it does, because Canadian Gold has this weird, like black licorice, strange cotton candy, odd. Vanilla unusualness. Now, see, this one smells like grain, but it doesn't have that weird cotton candy vanilla extract thing going. So I think this is the Canadian Gold. I mean, the caliber. Oh. Obviously, you're not going to find it for $5, so forget that. I did find it for that, but you can still get it for $10.96, which this day and age is a fantastically low price for a handle of whiskey. You know, like it's aged at least 3 years. It's Canadian. That's the minimum. That's the law. In this beautiful plastic bottle, no, nothing like the thud of plastic. Don't need that old stinking glass. All right. I have seen Caliber products in glass. Actually, I have, but only liqueurs, triple sec, creme de menthe, and so on. But I've seen them in glass with the long neck, spout neck. Okay, taste time. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. That's Canadian Gold. And I'll tell you why. Because nothing else tastes like Canadian Gold, people. It's not black licorice in it. It's not candy, cotton candy. It's not vanilla extract. It's not any of those strange things, but it's something, and it's odd, and you can never confuse it with any other. Now, when I first started drinking it, I couldn't get a handle on it. Like it was like, I say, oh, I'm not sure about this. But then I got a taste for it. I was like, I'll never get it wrong. I'll never get it wrong. Never, 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 never. Now, is it worth $9.96? $9.99, sorry. Yeah, I think it's worth $9.99 because even though it tastes weird, I think they're trying to make it taste like Canadian Club, which has its own strange sweetness. Like Canadian Club to me tastes like honeycomb cereal. Yes. Honeycomb cereal. Now this does not taste like that, but they're trying to approximate it. But you know, Canadian Club has a secret recipe that Beam Suntory has locked away somewhere in the mountains of Honshu, or it's secretly hidden in Okinawa in the Ryukyu Islands. I don't know. But so what does Canadian Gold do? Meaning Laird Company, meaning Wellington Distillers. They try to match it. Do they really match it? No. But it has that sweet strangeness. Now, for $9.99, I would get it. I would buy it. I would buy it. It's a lot better than Black Velvet, which they had been selling around here for $9.99. Black Velvet has a sharp, bad bite. They say it's smooth as velvet. I said, shoot, it's as smooth as sandpaper. So I would buy Canadian Gold over Black Velvet 100 days out of every 100 days that I had an opportunity to buy it. And I'm serious, and I'm unanimous in that. I would. What about the Black Velvet Special Reserve? That's aged 8 years. I paid $10.99 for that at Dornex, cheap price. I didn't like it. It was like rough bitey whiskey, just aged longer and more rougher and bitier. All right, so I'm not a Canadian Black Velvet fan. I'm not a Black Velvet fan. I'm not exactly a Canadian Gold fan either, but it's all right. It is okay. And a lot of people these days, they like sweet things, sugary dessert like things. So yeah, it is kind of like come to think of it now. What was that dessert wine we did? And I finished it up. Oh, it is kind of like Harvey's Bristol Cream. And that's a cream sherry. Okay, well, see, they can add sherry to Canadian whiskey, cream sherry. It doesn't say what kind of wine. It just says as long as it's aged in small wood, meaning a wine barrel. Oh, the Canadian Gold people are going to track me down. They're going to find me hanging under a bridge with water over my neck with bricks in my pocket. Mm. All right. Clearly Canadian, clearly caliber premium Canadian whiskey. It's similar to Canadian Hunter. It's similar to Canadian Limited. It's similar to Rich and Rare. It's similar to all these other Sazerakian Canadian blended whiskeys, Canadian Crest. But it isn't exactly the same. What differentiates it? I can't say for sure. For sure. How you say that word? Sure. Seems to have more cornbread, like corn grain whiskey in it. More like cornbread. More like bourbon. Like you say, well, does this taste anything like bourbon? Well, no, it doesn't, because you don't get the charred oak. But then, yes, it does, because you get the vanilla in that and like the nectar. So, but straight bourbon cannot have flavoring added. All right, there's going to be no natural flavors added. You say, what about blended bourbon? Well, yes, that can have flavoring added. And you can buy blended bourbon at the store. 10 high. I can go to Mathern's right now and buy 10 high, and it's blended bourbon. You say, blended bourbon. What is the world coming to? This is what the world's coming to. All right. Who could miss it at distance? Yo, Anthony, got a problem with what I did? No. But or I could go to Dormax. At least I know some other stores have it. I could buy Kentucky Gentleman, another blended bourbon. You say, I never heard of such a thing. Well, it exists. Look it up on the Tax and Trade Bureau website, ttb.gov. I ain't said they were good. I said they were in existence. So this is probably more akin to that than straight bourbon, of all things. Funny little thing we learned. Funny little thing. Get some of your redemption bourbon or George Dickel Tennessee whiskey, which is a type of bourbon. I don't care what anybody says. You'll notice it does not say straight anywhere on the label. Dickel Rye, I've got it. Dickel 12-year age, I got it. You won't see the word straight anywhere on there. You say that means it ain't straight bourbon. Exactly. Or straight Tennessee whiskey. What is it? Well, it's Tennessee whiskey. And it tastes good. All right, these are very sugar oriented. So I don't know how you feel about sugary whiskey, but you wouldn't need to add any sugar to it or simple syrup. Don't even think about it. Don't even do it because these are already flavored. You hear what I'm saying? These are already flavored. Now, if you want to add ice, fine. They're already like cocktails in a way. So they already have flavoring. True story. So do they taste good? Well, to me, they taste good in that they taste good. Like I'm not sitting here tasting these and saying, "Oh, this is remarkably bad." No, I mean it's obviously inexpensive. I mean, look at the price I paid. But on the other hand, these are not terrible. They're just strange. Hold on a second. And if you want to be techno, they're not even really strange to me anymore because I've I've tried them so many times. And I'm like, is it a good nightcap beverage? Jean Pierre says. Yeah, I guess you could say that. And remember, if you like the sugariness, so can't get this camera straight. Come on, you devil. I think they are. I think they're both very well made, although they are very cheap. But I've had some cheap blended whiskeys that are nasty to the hilt. I'm telling you, just you shudder every time you take a sip. They just give you the frisson or the willies, as people say. Ooh, I could think of some, and they're mostly from Kentucky, and they're so bad. Oh, so very bad. Actually, when I did solo reviews of them, they weren't so bad. But when I did them in taste challenges, they were monstrous. But these are all right. These are okay. Caliber, premium. Caliber always did all right. When I did, and you can go back and look in the records of what I recorded. Caliber never did bad in the blind taste test. I'm not gonna say it like ran away with the show or any such thing, but it did fine. It did fine. And look how much I got left. I'll be I'll be so old trying to finish this thing. They probably had me on the Upwalker commercial talking about he drinks Caliber and he's on the Upwalker and he can stand upright and Medicare pays for it. Now the Canadian Gold, I'll get through that a little faster. But it's okay. Strange. I mean, I'm not really opposed to vanilla extract. Oh, it's none of those things, but these flavors, vanilla, black licorice, who knows what other state fair or carnival flavoring they got in there. You know what I'm saying? Canadian whiskey can't really add that kind of stuff. I'm just being like, Canadian whiskey can add things like rum, brandy, bourbon, wine of any sort, as long as it's aged in small wood. Well, that gives you like endless possibilities, more or less. So, as long as it doesn't exceed 9.9% of the volume. So, if it's just one tick below 10%, you could have it. And but it makes it interesting. It does make it interesting. Now, the whiskey purists, they would say, Canada, that's what's wrong with Canada. You know, they add flavoring and they would just go crazy, you know. I understand that. I mean, but then you'll go run around and drink Belgian beer that's got candy sugar in it and raspberry and sour milk and all of these things. And but that's okay. That's okay because you decided it was okay. All right. So I don't know. Well, all right. G and JK says, I started thinking of the cheap stuff as like McDonald's food. It serves its basic purpose to fill your belly, but it's not a special or great experience. I think that's a good thing, a good analogy. These are kind of like Rally's French fries which you can get a huge amount for $1 with the coupon, and they're very greasy. And, you know, you just feel like this is not good for me to eat. But you're eating it, you know, because you got it for $1. And then you got your little All-American burger for $1. I'm sorry. And you ate it. Now, did you have a good lunch? Yeah, I don't have to explain that to you. You know the answer already. But you ate it. And you didn't, you know, you didn't want to do it every day. But so it's kind of like these. Like you could drink it. And it's not offensive, really. The Rally's fries weren't offensive. Sometimes it make your stomach a little sick because there's so much grease. But no, I can't definitively say they're offensive. And maybe I'm too easy to please. Some people say you like everything. You're too easy to please. You have low grade flavor appreciation. Well, maybe, but that's an advantage because then I can enjoy more stuff. You see, that's a big bottle. Yeah, you got that right. Enjoy the Decline says, hey, Ron, I heard of a new type of liqueur made of maple syrup and the tree's neutral water called Canadiana. Check this out. It looks really unique. I have a feeling this is a joke that he's putting on me. Because these kind of taste like that. You say, you mean they taste like pancake syrup? They don't taste unlike pancake syrup. They're sort of like in that realm of country kitchen and all of that. All I got to tell you, these are not what you look. If your mindset is, oh, I drink Wild Turkey 101, that's my jam. Oh, I drink Old Charter. My great grandpa used to drink Old Charter. We had a lot of good times by Golden Pond. We were drinking it on Golden Pond when we were fishing, and that's meaningful to me. Or my mama's brother who passed away, he bought me a bottle of Johnny Walker Platinum, and we drank that, and we had a lot of important discussions, and that stays with me. Okay, those are all good things. These are not what that is. All right. So if your experience is Johnny Walker Platinum and Wild Turkey 101 and Elijah Craig 1783, you might find these objectively offensive and aberration and atrocity of mankind and all of these things. But no, it doesn't taste like syrup. It's a new type of spirit. Maple syrup and the tree's neutral water. Well, yeah, I guess everybody's coming up with something new, so I wouldn't discount it, really. But I'm so backstock right now, it'll be 50 years before I could get to it. Okay, would I recommend these two? Actually, I would recommend them because they don't taste bad to me. Now, whiskey enthusiasts, like people that do video reviews for whiskey that do like actual, if you want to say legitimate videos, you know what I mean? Like they sit by a fireplace and they know a lot about bourbon and whiskey, and they have websites that you got to look at just to get the score. You got to sign up, you know what I mean? You got to register just to get the score. They're not playing around. They do serious whiskey videos, you know, so those people, you can get a certificate if you watch their videos and go to their clinic. So they would know a lot more than me. But from this little amateuristic, consumer-oriented approach, I don't think they taste bad. You know, I just don't think they taste bad. You say, well, you probably think honeycomb cereal tastes good. You probably pour a bowl of honeycomb cereal, add milk, and get a spoon and eat it and think it tastes good. I do that. I'll admit that. And people would say that totally discounts any validity you have because you eat honeycomb cereal and like it. I'll be the first to admit it. But that being said, I'm trying to set up a perspective, you know, like I'm trying to frame it, is what I'm saying. So yeah, from that framework, from that viewpoint, I like them. I do like them. I would buy them again in a theoretical sense, and I would recommend them. And if you want to chop me up for that, go ahead. I wouldn't matter to me. You say, well, you just talked about how you eat an all-American burger from Rally's with the dollar fries, and that's the biggie fries because you had a coupon, and then you're going to base the whiskey on, and then you okay, I'm going along with what you're saying. I agree with your criticism. I don't accept it, but I agree with it. Okay, Burley says, no, it doesn't taste like syrup. It's a new, oh yeah, two new types. All right, so we're going to say this is Canadian Gold, and it's very nice, and I would buy it again, and it's $9.99 at your local Total Wine and More. Thank you, Laird's, for bottling this rather strange product. We got a little problem here. I'm sorry for the long video, but we got a little problem here. Wendy's has great value meals for $5. I'm not sure what has more value, that Canadian Caliber or the Wendy's. I guess the Canadian Caliber. But now, look, all kidding aside, we got a problem. I eat McDonald's on the regular, but it's not a rewarding experience, if that makes sense. Right. You're saying it's a serviceable experience. Strangest doggone thing. I just looked at that label and it didn't say CG, which would indicate Canadian Gold. This says Canadian Gold. Well, that's kind of scary. I just made a 36-minute video where everything I just said was totally blown up. Ronald, you might be in the beginning stages of wet brain. Yeah, but I can name every country in Africa. Can you? I'm talking about without notes. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, I can tell you what year they became independent, but I know you're getting jealous. Anyway, McDonald's will make you not hungry for a fair price. I wouldn't recommend eating it if you were overweight and unhealthy, though. No. All right, well, this is very troubling. Very troubling, actually. I'm not kidding right now. I mean, I know I kid around a lot. Like Elvis Presley. He didn't want people coming to his house that he didn't know because he said, I can't joke around. You know, I don't feel comfortable with people I don't know. I can't joke around, you know. But, wow, I got it wrong. I cannot believe it. You are not my. All right. Well, you know what's going to happen now. I got to do a little bit more. I'm not a imbiber, you know. But this is an emergency here. Damnation. Wet brain, that's quite insulting. Not to toot his horn, but Ronald is a pretty wise and sharp man. I've been watching his videos for quite some time. The truth hurts sometimes. Laughing out loud. I don't even know what that word means, wet brain. That's the first I've ever heard of that. Oh, well. You want to come on here right now and name every country in Africa in the year of independence? See, I've been tasting these whiskeys for over 30 minutes. I'll get them right. I won't get it wrong. You want to try it? You want to come on? I'll give you 30 minutes. But you'll cheat, won't you? Truth about the wrong guess in the whiskey. Ugh. Oh, man. Right. Oh, man. Help me. I have to wait till tomorrow to drink, Mackerel says. Well, all right. I just can't believe this. You say it's a circus of flavors. You drinking all this vanilla, cotton candy flavored concoctions. You get it mixed up. I know, but I never thought, I never dreamed, never imagined I would get these wrong. If you'd have told me an hour ago, I got $50, you'll get it wrong, I'd have said, you got it. $50, you're about to give me your money. And I'd have been that confident. I'd have been exceptionally overconfident. I mean, really, I just cannot dream that I got this wrong. That's the flavor, but you understand, like literally no one on earth cares about this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people all around the world saying no one cares if you got Caliber premium Canadian whiskey mixed up with Canadian gold. No one buys that stuff. Yeah, no one buys it. Why you think? Why you think Total Wine has multiple bottles of glass and plastic? Why you think Walmart's got multiple bottles of these big jugs? I mean, on an independent stud stack, a pallet, 1096. You think they buy? You think they stocking it in mega amounts because nobody's buying it? You're wrong. I'm right. Sorry. Don't get too jealous. Now I didn't say erudite people were buying it, but Macro says I have a wet brain. Wet brain is a vitamin deficiency caused by alcohol that causes brain damage over time. Oh, well, I guess I could have that. I could have diabetes for all I know. You may just need to revisit the Taste Challenge 2.0. Do a rematch tomorrow. I wouldn't be opposed to that, actually. Just drink this amount that you already have once more over. That's a solution. Yeah, and then I'll do it again, then I do it again, then do it again. No, no, it's not worth it. I mean, there's not a whole lot of people on this planet looking to differentiate Canadian gold from Caliber. Not to mention there's a whole lot more people that could care less about which one tastes different or better or worse and so on. But still, I did do the challenge. No one forced me to do it. And I did get it wrong. I just can't get over it. I cannot get over it. I just can't. Well, you just never know. When you do these blind taste tests, it's a risk, boy. Woo. Man, I just cannot. I can't get over it. Best of 7 tournament. Yeah, I could. I'm going back into my wet brain tomorrow, says Macro. Well, I don't know, y'all. I wasn't trying to make a long video, but funny thing is you take these bottom dwellers, whatever people want to call them, bum whiskeys or well, whatever pejorative you want to add to it. You got a lot of hating haters who hate. Funny thing is they watch the video. But man, golly. Well, that's it. That's the risk we take. Tomorrow morning at Dawn Busters, of course, I'm going to do Heir to the Throne. Well, that's a nasty little. Oh, I'll be so glad when that thing disappears from my life. I paid $15.65 for that, and that was on a closeout price. It was half price because it was like 31 even, but they, for whatever bizarre reason, they decided to make it $15.65. And I said, I'll bite. It bit me more than me bite it. I say, well, we'll try. I won't get that wrong. If I get that wrong, I'll pay everybody that views my channel $100 each. Well, I mean, I won't really do that, but I'm saying that in a figurative sense. and jest. No, I won't get it wrong. I won't get it wrong. It's impossible. It's an impossibility. It cannot happen. It will not happen. Then we've got Canadian Club 12-year age. Man, if I got that wrong, I'd delete the channel and I'd go work at a country club picking up golf balls when they do when they practice. But that can't happen. And then what's going to close it out? Gibson's Finest, rare, which is not fine, and it is rare around here, but it's a nasty little item. Oh, I would drink either one of these forever and forever over that Gibson's Finest rare. That's age 12 years, and it's so off-putting. Oh, it has a bite. Ooh, but I paid $9.99 for that beautiful glass handle bottle. It's glass, not plastic. It has a real cork too. True story. Not that particle board cork, but real cork. Amazing. and it's amazingly unpleasant. And I've learned that with that product because I've been taste challenging it. And every time I try it, I hate it a little bit worse than the previous time. Ooh, and I got too much left of it too. That's the sad thing. I got about 3 or 4 years left to taste challenge it. Misery in a bottle. It's sad. I would like to try the Sterling. There's another label called Sterling, Gibson's Sterling. But based on the finest rare 12-year age, I don't have a lot of confidence. All right, let's look at the last comments, and we added this. I thought this video would last 20 minutes. I said I'll go in there, nail it, get out. Didn't happen. Wet brain is no laughing matter. My dad had it, and he could barely speak. Well, I'm not triggered or offended, by the way. He's just commenting. He's not offended by the hating haters who hate. Tomorrow is game 2. Now, I'm very reluctant to do a follow-up because I think that people would get very sick of looking at it. But if the vitamins were lacking, don't you think they'd be in your body, not the brain? They're chemicals, and it's like a car. You add gas. I'm not a scientist, so I cannot answer scientific questions. Heir to the Throne won't win one challenge. I don't think it ever won a challenge. It might have won once. Music World says, yo, question mark. Music World, how's it going, bro? It's going very well. I hate to see Gibson's worst. If that's their finest, I hate to see their worst, doctor. Also, I did not mean to stir anything up. I thought it made sense. I had the McDonald's comparison when I was drinking cheap whiskey. It's like, yeah, it's whiskey, but it's not really good per se. No, I totally agree with that. I actually agree with it. Thanks for the challenge, Jay. I'll see you around. Thanks, Kevin Johnston. Well, it's been a shocking development. I'll be laying in bed watching that baseball game thinking, what has happened here? How could I get this wrong? Well, it just goes to show you. You think you know, but you don't know, but you might end up knowing. So thank you, Canadian Gold and Caliber Premium Canadian Whiskey, for giving me a shock. I guess you could say a shock to my system. Hey, you know what? I got that Bud Weiser. I got the Bud Light Clamato Mango coming up. That's going to be pretty interesting. Hi, Ronald, says Galaxy Fire 7. I have had both the Sterling and the Rare, and I like them both. Well, if you like them, you got to call it that way. Go Tigers, Major League Baseball. Go White Sox. But the Rare is much harsher than the Sterling. Oh, that Rare, that thing was like sticking me in the tongue with toothpicks. Ooh. Well, so we're going to close out Canadian. Try being a lifelong Orioles fan. Yeah. Well, they had their days. They had their glory days. The Clamato and Mango sounds disgusting. Oh, it won't be disgusting. It won't be disgusting. Well, after we get rid of Canadian whiskey, we've got some Irish whiskey coming up. Tullamore DEW, Tullamore Dew as they call it, but it's actually DEW, Daniel E. Williams. But I'm very excited about that. I think Tullamore Dew is going to battle. I think it's going to win at least. Well, I think it's going to win at least half the challenges. I don't know if it's going to beat Bushmills Red and Black though. But so that'll be nice. And then we've got blended Scotch, and I got the Dewar's 12-year age, and you will be totally shocked, stunned, amazed, and perplexed when I tell you what I paid for it. You will be. You won't believe it. You'll say you're certainly lying. You're obviously lying, but I'm not lying. It's the truth. And my friend David can tell you that. And I said to him, "Where's your?" I said, "Where's your Dewar's 12-year? You bought that huge bottle." He said, "Oh, it's gone." I said, "Wow, that's kind of scary that you got through it that fast." I sometimes watch your 10-plus-year-old videos. It's like a different world compared to now. It is, because remember I used to put the glass in the beer and the glass in the freezer, get them so cold, so cold. But then people told me you're not supposed to get it that cold. You can't pick up the flavors. So I don't do that anymore. But it was really good, you know, ice cold like that. Those beers were good, though, I gotta admit. But anyway, murmur, 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 wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Thanks for watching this video production, and I'm sorry I got it wrong. I feel so bad, but that's the way it goes, I guess. So thank you, Sazerac, for making Caliber Canadian. It's actually pretty dang good. I mean, I would buy it. For that kind of chump change, buy it. Heck, it won't kill you. Well, I mean, it might, but that's dependent upon your self-control or lack thereof. And then we got Canadian Gold. Oh, I would definitely buy this again. It's a strange one, Mr. Grinch, but I'd buy it. Yeah, it's pretty good, I gotta admit. Thank you, everyone, for your patience and endurance.